Yeah, really, really great stuff. This is going to be a super exciting matchup because I think Geist is, you have a bunch of breakers, so if you need to get in through these pock shot stuff of like ice a wall.
Right, I mean, a lot of Titan is just, gear check ice. They don't go deep servers or anything like that. I anticipate, what do you anticipate you think his restricted play will probably be?
With Geist, it's got to be Levy. And
sure.
I think with Titan, that's a very good.
Yeah, I'm not really sure.
Yeah,
what they are
I would guess honestly,
maybe food.
It's going to be food or Hunter Seeker.
Yep. Yeah, that makes sense.
Food, if they get that I had paperclip turn 1, you're like, no, you didn't. Hunter Seeker. So that's what I would be looking to here.
Right. Yep. So
all right. So we had some install and just some Operation Econ on the corpse side. On the left side, we got some Fall Guy, which is a great card.
It is a great card for them. Absolutely.
Monster card.
I mean, that is pure value. Wow.
We got some free FTE right
breakers. There we go.
Crowbar.
Spicy.
Ooh, that's code gate. It's double code gate.
Double
right?
code gate.
Okay.
Yep.
Quandary.
That's right.
Removed from the game. Enigma. We're good.
Yep,
right.
Exactly.
That's also one of the cool things about
is.
the whole rotation thing is you're like, I have the same answer that I've used for the last. Never mind. I haven't.
It's interesting. Watching games and. Code gates are back in the meta that are 3 strength and less.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody thinks about that stuff. Ice with 0 and 1 strength and no parasite. People are playing those again.
Yeah, it's so great. Enigma, monster
Tsurugi
card.
and things like that are actually cards being played again.
Yeah, exactly. It's cool.
It is. It's really, really nice.
You have to go through that binder twice. You have to remove some cards and then be like,
remember these cards.
I have to replace the removed cards.
Yeah.
All right, so we got Tech Trader, which is key in this Geist. Geist wants
all of them.
Wants 16 Tech Traders
quickly,
in the opener.
If they could play with 20, half their deck,
maybe 21, just as a competitive edge.
Absolutely. You want to be able to draw, be consistently drawing it every time.
Exactly, yeah. So we got a Tech Trader's good. Spy Camera taking a peek, making, and, Spy Camera's super good with, we were talking earlier on, you have to be more selective with your runs.
Absolutely.
Spy Camera making that math, making that decision tree a little bit easier.
Math.
I don't know about math.
That's how you win. That's how you win games.
That's you. That's not me. That's not why they brought me in on this one.
So it looks like we did see a food in Titan's hand, so that is obviously what they're restricted.
That's the
not surprising. But, yeah, I think we're going to see a lot of this type of just small face check ice. Titan wants to stay on the credit because they need to biotic things. So they don't want to invest in some expensive ice. So this is primarily what we're going to see. I mean, it's still going to cost Noah his breakers. I mean, because there were a lot of one-shots, he's still going to have to find the answers that he needs to be able to make consistent runs.
Absolutely. So right now, I think we're waiting for Noah here.
So it looks like Noah's deciding what to do.
Ooh, uh-oh.
Whoa.
Wow. You know what that is? That's a current. You ever seen one of those on the runner side?
Never.
Yeah, me either.
Very rare.
That's, whoa. We're going in.
There are currents not named in play strike that exist
weird.
in this game?
I don't know. It's rumor.
No,
it's rumor.
I don't think that's
rumor.
not true at all.
We'll talk about it. We'll get into the deep dive. Let's see what we got out of HQ here.
So, what do we got?
Do we have a hashtag rip?
No, rip.
No, Green Beans.
Go.
Green Beans is a good one.
That's another card I don't think we've seen really played in quite a long time.
Yeah, well, I mean, you had what, Sweeps Week as an option before,
yep.
So in Titan, you could just go 3 hedge fund, 3 IPO, 3 green beans, plus your agendas give you money. Whatever.
Looks like Mark drew into one of his important atlases, but doesn't look like he has a good way to score it right now.
Right. Well, Mausolus. Okay, so we got an atlas. We have an attempt.
We
got to get some careful planning.
Let's see if the risk pays off for him.
Is he going for a double ADV here?
Okay.
Whoa. Okay. Whoa. That's it. That's the.
What do you think that ice is? You think it's
cool.
a Mausolus right there, but it's only 2 advance, right?
Right.
Just a 1 advance.
No, it's just a 1, right?
Advance.
Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting.
I'm not anticipating an ice.
So we have a code gate here. Maybe a Colossus.
Maybe,
for some weird
but 1
reason?
advance isn't going to.
No, I know, right? Yeah. I'm just trying to think of what the advanced plays are
right.
at this point.
I mean, he's on a high enough credit pool that if he has a larger ice, he doesn't have to worry about it really getting broken as long as it ends the run right now.
Right, totally. So we don't think it's Hordem because Hordem's not doing anything and whatever.
Right. Yep.
So maybe it is just It
might just be a Colossus. Well, no, Colossus isn't going to do a whole lot here.
Yeah,
so
I don't know.
I'm not really sure what he's advancing out. It's going to be interesting to see what he runs into. I know.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a firewall or something like that.
We got an off-campus.
And
Touching the shiv and the hopper.
Ooh.
No one needs those fancy cars.
No,
I'm trying to run. I'm not trying to drive. It's not Drive Runner. Hello.
That would be a fun game.
Ooh, Mimic, man, what a throwback.
Wow.
Really great stuff. It's really funny because, like, Cream has all these great Century Breakers. It's like, I need a Mimic right now.
Any of them? Yeah.
But hey, that's some really good stuff.
It is. So I'm curious to see, if Noah decides to take the leap and try and run that server.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no open servers for the AI to really get value off of right now, so I think this can be a trouble for him.
Yeah, talk about a card that's coming out, that turtle, baby.
Oh,
everywhere.
Zoo
deck.
Sexy
online.
turtle, absolutely. Yeah. I do think the initial hype has died down a little bit. We're not seeing as much initial asset-heavy decks as originally anticipated. I mean, it's still a strong card. I mean, it's for one influence, only 3 credits. I mean, it's just a great card to have in your deck.
And it's funny because, like, I think when Wraparound came out, that card, the stock on it, buy. No sells.
Yep.
And then, as time kind of went on, you're like, I don't really need to worry about the whole AI thing. It's not a big deal. We got to sell. As soon as rotation happened and Turtle came out, insto buy again.
Up.
If you were ready to buy that stock.
Well, I mean, for face check ice like this, decks like this, I mean, it works perfectly for what you need it to do.
Exactly. All right, looks like we're going to be getting an Atlas score here for the 1, 2, 3.
So now the race is on.
Let's go fast.
Doing it.
Yeah.
All right, so no current. Current goes away for Noah.
So we have, I think, is that an armored server? That's an armored servers on the corpse side.
Wow.
That's spicy 4-2.
That is some spicy play.
Wow, that is a real spice ball. Red pepper flake.
That is interesting.
Yeah, that's very interesting.
Do you think he'll take a stab at trying to score it out next turn?
I think
Noah is getting to a good number of breakers.
Right. So this is what? So we got 4 on the code gate.
Yep.
4. So I think let's see here. I think if he lets him through, doesn't rip, I think he tries to go.
I mean, he's got the credits just to force him to spend, one of his breakers. So it wouldn't be a terrible decision to do.
Yeah, that's what's crazy about this type. Oh, firewall.
Firewall.
Okay, all right. That is the threat is real, ladies and gentlemen. Norton antivirus installed.
It's another ice you wouldn't normally see you play, in a paperclip heavy meta. But I think people anticipate Geist coming out. It's just, the decks are so different nowadays.
And it's really cool. Like I love Firewall and the fact that you're like, you get what you see. I paid $5. I'd be better to be getting 5 strength. Like
absolutely.
There's no weirdness where it's like, subroutine, do something weird that you don't really care about. It's really great. It's straight value.
And David is, it hasn't really been a big play for a while because of Parasite and Siffer being a big part of the meta. Just expensive ice, just nobody played anything.
Don't swear on stream, my dude.
I'm sorry. I'm really, really sorry. I apologize to everybody out there. We're trying to keep this family friendly, so I'm truly sorry.
Right, yeah. Exactly. Don't try and dirty this beautiful, beautiful stream.
I'm a heathen.
Yeah, exactly.
But no, it is interesting to see also, you're getting both in the spectrum ice. You're getting low-cost ice, low-strength ice without Parasite. And you're also getting the high-end, too, simply because you don't have to worry about that combination anymore. So it's interesting that I think, ice suites have really become very diverse in the current game, which is always exciting to see such a variety of things that are out there.
A card that I'm looking for, so I know we can kind of talk about CI is a big expected corp. An individual card that I'm really wondering if we're going to see a lot of play of is David. David was taking a nap all winter long.
Well, people stop playing the expensive ice because you pay 8 or 12 and you got to worry about Silver Sight and it's just boom, gone.
Exactly.
It's a waste of investment. So everybody's playing low-cost stuff just to mitigate as much of that hit as possible in that tempo.
Exactly. When you get that giant ice, you got to get the Giant Slayer, a.k.a. D4V1D.
Absolutely.
Hey, let's get it in the house.
That's right. But again, also with, Econ Runner is also taking a massive hit.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting to see how they are able to deal with some of the more expensive ice that are now coming back into the meta.
Right.
Because they've been gone for so long. They just kind of hibernated.
Yeah, it's a very interesting, I also try and evaluate cards like ELP as an example.
Right.
Making it the run cost in terms of clicks and ice cost time. So we'll see here.
Yep. So it looks like Noah's just carting down. I dumped one of his levies. I'm sure he's got 3 of them.
We got 2 free check traders.
He's got
we're getting the engine
he's
online,
got the
ladies and
econ
gentlemen.
and the draw going. Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, the hard part is though, once that first Atlas is scored, you really feel pressure. You're really on the
gas
clock.
pedals on.
Oh, absolutely. So you got to worry about any card in the hand being a biotic or another Astro. It's just running out.
Exactly.
So it kind of forces your opponent to make runs that they don't necessarily want to do simply because they're really pressured to have to do so. Try and steal that Atlas somewhere. So wow, it looks like.
So I think this is
the armored server.
Armored servers, yeah.
Oh wow.
Because yeah, we got a GFI. Yeah, this is the armored servers now.
So it wouldn't surprise me if that other ice in front of it is another firewall.
Yeah, absolutely. I think. Yeah, I think that's what's going on there.
And he certainly has the money to be able to afford to continue doing this. So
yeah.
I mean, his econ from his operations have been fantastic.
Oh, absolutely.
So
yeah.
you know, Mark.
He just got the gas early.
He did. Absolutely, absolutely.
And that's what's crazy about GFI again is like, oh no, I lost GFI. You have 2 points. Like whatever in that early game. It's not the big. Yeah,
it's basically like it's not an atlas, so I don't really care.
Exactly. And you have that big old 17 number. You got 2 more.
You got plenty to go. Lots of room.
Exactly.
So it looks like he's going to take a stab at this, and there it is.
Yeah, okay, we got it. This makes a lot of sense.
This is some spicy.
Wow. Man, it'd be really weird if a David dropped.
Oh, man.
We got a wormhole right there.
This is a card.
The space ice cream.
Space ice in a
space ice cream.
long time.
Making its way back in.
I've always thought this, out of the space ice, this was always my favorite one. Simply because, you know, it could do some really strange plays with being able to trigger off any ice out on the board. I mean, often it's just a nice, chunky end the run code gate, which is always very, very strong.
Yeah, totally.
And, you know, and against somebody like Geist, obviously, dealing with higher strength ice is really, really difficult for them to do.
Yeah, that's a big old boy right there.
Yep. So it looks like, I don't think he's getting through this thing right now.
No, not right now. I think his main focus is he's got to sneak it out on Central to somehow get through, because like this is going away next turn.
Oh, absolutely. That's
then we're at 4, right? Exactly.
Then you can even not you can give away an atlas and you're still got you're not even worried.
I know. Yeah, this is looking a little tough for the runner on the left, Noah McKee.
And again, I think this goes to what we talked about, with higher strength ice coming out. I think Geist is going to have a lot more problems than they've had in the past, having to deal with those higher strength ice.
So we had that Dean Lister crack, which allowed him to get through. Oh, we got a card read. Noah McKee, game lost.
I mean, when is the last time? Have you ever seen an armored server actually played in a game?
It's funny. I've seen it in cash refresh.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, no, something like. If you can, you're just taxing those runs again, it does
fair.
help.
That's fair, but it's just one of those cards that, I mean, obviously with the game the way it used to be, it was one of those tunes like, nobody's ever playing this kind of thing.
Exactly.
So.
I'm not necessarily endorsing this card. I am simply saying I've seen it in the wild. The animal exists. So yeah, we got a fat 4-2 rip right there. Noah McKee just looking for
Yep. Absolutely.
Maintain the threat.
There he goes.
Also, that he's trying to get that that strength up, so he could maybe dream team get into the server 1 again.
Absolutely. So yeah, Mark here.
Priority construction. Talk about a monster card as of late, especially at Titan.
Oh man, this card has been pure value.
Imagine if you had done that on the wormhole.
Oh man, that'd have been crazy.
1 credit, 2 clicks, whatever, my dude. It's fine.
Free 7 strength ice works for me.
Yeah, so good.
Well, and again in this deck that seems to play with
2 card reads.
Yeah,
2 card. We need to counter here.
See this. This is how different the meta is. There's so many cards you're like, I don't know what this card does. I've never seen it before.
This is amazing right here. You got some.
When you got top-level players,
is that legal?
Cards.
Let me check that.
What does this thing do? I don't understand.
Exactly. Yeah, prior to construction. Double event, 1 cost. Install an ice in a remote server. Pop.
That's
3 ADB counters on it.
And again, but I think this goes to what we were saying. The meta is so open. You're seeing all these crazy, spicy cards that nobody would have anticipated pulling out of their binders.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, and there's like so many cards that this everything that we've seen so far are wonderful. Mausolus. Monster if they face check that.
Absolutely.
Ew.
Pure value.
Wormhole if something's exposed on a central. Ew.
Yep.
Firewall. Strength what?
Yeah, exactly.
Strength 8.
And it used to be where, Firewall's still a reasonably costed card for, paperclip to get through, but with Econ Runner, Runner Econs being so much lower than it used to be, having to pay that 4 to break it every time with the paperclip is a lot of money now.
Yeah.
It really, really adds up.
All right, so we got Maxwell James, another card coming out. I believe that one was in TV, as I recall.
Spicy cards.
That's you make a run on HQ, then you can install the card, a successful run on HQ.
Absolutely. Yep.
And then he has a link.
And it also has a link,
nice.
which is good for him. Gets his
for Geist.
on rise.
Yeah,
he's
super good.
He's been waiting to get his last piece so he can actually start building out the dumps. Yep, and now he can dump his hand and start running on things.
The iCloud breakers, iCloud TM Apple.
So it looks like Noah's trying to decide what to do here. He's in a tough position as far as you take a stab at R&D, you just take a stab at hand.
He has a legwork, which is pretty hot sauce, I think, but...
So it looks like he's going to check R&D.
Yeah.
With that spy cams, nothing there. Looks like a piece of ice.
That's really nice for this because, like, he does not want to run on RMD multiple times. It's terrible right now.
You can't, especially with 2 ice, you can't throw away 2 breakers at a time.
Exactly right. So those spy cams.
Oh, so
delish.
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously they give guys just value on their own. Anyways.
Yeah, this Maxwell James is going to be real nice for this.
Oh, definitely.
Because at least, I mean, Mark's going to have to pay 6, I think on that
so,
re-res, which, we look at this credit pool, that's not exciting news for the Corp.
Well, I mean, he hit all of his, operational econ early, so I think he got the big lead, and now he's going to have to really struggle to kind of maintain that. I don't know that he's, knowing how much that he's already played out, being able to draw into additionals, going to be a little bit questionable for him, I think, at this point in the game.
Totally.
He still hasn't seen a biotic, so he hasn't been able to bring the fast advance online, even though he has the Atlas scored.
Yeah, it's interesting. We haven't really seen too much influence. I mean, we've been talking about global food, but, like, that's not
true.
putting a dent in it.
No, we haven't seen anything that he's splashing yet, and he hasn't really drawn anything that really shows us what he's got. It's still nothing. It's all green cards.
Mono-neutral Wayland. Spooky. Who needs a 17 influence? I just want that agenda counter, baby. There's got to, and it might even be, simplicity is something Shakespeare. You have a couple biotic labors. That's a chunk influence, and it does exactly what you want.
Maybe he got too involved in L5R. They have this whole mono no aware thing that they talk about, and maybe he just
said no swearing on the stream.
Brought it over.
No swearing on the stream. L5 what? L5R, great game from FFG. Really cool stuff. Gives some activity between rounds of Netrunner.
That's right.
Real great stuff here.
It is.
We got a spy camera. Let's take a peek.
Oh, I tell. Looks like it's not an agenda, though, so he's going to keep waiting.
Fast and deliberate on the show.
Third Tech Trader being drawn.
Oh, man.
Yep.
Oh, delicious.
So
Get it on the board.
Got the full value now.
Just looking, assessing this board state.
Yep. So, I think at some point Noah's got to force him to spend some money here.
Yeah.
Obviously with that Alice token, you want to get him low enough so you don't have to worry about the biotic out.
Yeah, I wonder if legwork is more of just like a closer, kind of a recovery option.
Right. I mean, you've seen Mark draw a lot of cards now, right? And he's pushed out 2 agendas at this point, or attempted to.
Right.
At some point Noah's got to think, he hasn't played anything for a while. Maybe he's sitting on some of these unadvanceable agendas right now. So it looks like Noah going to take a stab at that remote.
All right, and I think the CVS might be in there as
what
the
that
bait.
Is.
Yeah,
absolutely. Just wants him
so
to.
Mozzola's
That's
nasty low face check if you hit that bad boy.
And these ICER ones I've always really liked. They just didn't really make it into the game at the time. But I've always thought for Wayland, these have been very valuable ice that I'd really like to see played more.
Yeah, especially at 4 cost, and I mean you're playing prior to construction for many reasons,
right.
for all the reasons in this deck.
Right.
And you prior to construction on Mausolus, oh boy.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean that thing gets really terrifying if you don't have something to deal with it right away.
Yeah, oh yeah,
especially
absolutely.
at a 3 advance.
Because it's net damage, tag, and the run, and I gain some bucks.
Yep.
I think.
Yeah,
which.
Yep.
Real nice.
Good, especially for Wayland. They like that money.
So Noah McKee going into the deep tank, thinking about this break.
What would you do? You think you'd run through it? I mean. You would think if it was an Atlas.
Well, okay, so we have to think really because it's net damage, so we have to think about the cards in hand here.
That's very, very true.
And I think 3 net damage is a beefy boy.
Yes.
I think you got to crack it and say no. We're done after that.
I agree.
Yeah. All right, so it looks like
he's
have
doing
the
it.
Crack.
Do you think since you've already gone for it once, I mean. I don't think he can't get through the second one right now, anyways.
No. Yeah,
he's kind of stuck here.
He can't pass for it. That's central. No, yeah.
Wow. No, there it is.
It's
one turn too late. It's like always draw first.
It's one of those things where you special order and you go, don't be on top, don't be on top, don't be on top. And you look, it's on top. It's the first thing you check, and it just goes right there.
From a competitive setting, that's one of the things you always think about is if you plan on drawing. And you know you're going to draw that turn, you try and do it first.
Sure.
Just to give yourself the options.
Try is the key word on that one.
Yes, absolutely. Doesn't always happen.
Oh, drawn. We got another GFI, so we got 2 in hand. And was that a preemptive or high risk?
I can't tell.
Oh, it's a preemptive.
Okay,
it's got that fat
zero I think that's going to be the most common Jackson Howard replacement everybody's going to be running right now.
Totally. Yeah.
It's just free. And I'm curious to see how much the meta gets back into just randomly checking archives.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
And I mean, people haven't done in a long time.
And you have things like Archives Interface, or you have Alice, or you have Omar, like things where it has the word archives on it. So that's very cool. Like that's something that probably wasn't in earlier in Netrunner too much. So A+ on that one.
So I think Noah probably sniffs out now at this point, since Mark didn't advance that card.
Yeah.
This isn't an agenda, so at this point he's going to leave the server alone. I think he's hoping to get a few more spyglasses so
Let's
we can
take
keep
a check.
checking R&D.
Oh, I think that was an Atlas.
Yeah.
Oh,
there it is.
Okay, so this is a must get. And what would be really interesting here is Noah runs, Mark goes, paid ability window, I shall use an Atlas token.
Right. And just, absolutely. I mean, I think Mark, if Noah makes this wrong, Mark has to know that there's an agenda top here.
Oh, totally. Yeah, absolutely. So we got some discussion on Maxwell James. Not sure. They just keep kind of doing a rock, paper, scissors thing going on here.
Okay.
On scissors, clearly.
Not sure what the question is exactly.
This is this new meta. We got. What does this card do? How does this card work? Where am I? It's one of those three.
Right.
If not, some combination.
Some combination of both.
Yeah.
So yeah, it looks like he's gonna make the R&D run. Obviously, Mark is making pay for it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean,
we're looking through the heap here.
It is interesting. I mean, Mark is definitely getting lower on the credit pool, but he doesn't have anything else about Roseville right now, so he's still on the number he needs in order to fast advance something.
Right, and really, his credits from the remainder of the game are more or less biotic and manual ADVs.
Yeah, at this point, I don't think he's worrying about putting on too many extra. It's maybe an extra one on R&D or on HQ, but otherwise beyond that, I think he's feeling pretty comfortable with what's. Yeah, I think his remote feels.
His remote, and it's double code gate, which against Geist,
and two higher strength code gates too, so
that
makes it even harder, especially with your cheaper one in the front and the higher strength one in the back. So if you dump that one code gate breaker, you might not have enough strength to get through the second one.
Right, and the wormhole subroutine for this one is I think on Mozlos now.
Yeah,
wow. So this one's definitely going on worm. Oh wait, no.
Yep. So
he just pulled it for the fast master.
Right. Yeah. Cool. So that's kind of interesting that he decided to do that. So at least we know a splash now at this point, so he's running on this instead. It makes sense considering he plays with a lot of the advanceable ice. It's a much cheaper option for him than the standard biotic that I think most people are playing.
Totally. Yep. And it might even be something like a biotic
right. With 17 influence, you certainly can do that.
You have one goal in this deck. Right. Let's go.
And, I think Wayland has enough ice on their own that they don't really have to pull from out of faction.
Oh, well, fat rip. Post-sort. Talk about it, right?
I'm sure Mark is happy at least it's a GFI and not...
Yeah, exactly. Right. That's what we were talking about right at the start. Of just kind of like, okay, cool. Enjoy those 2 points, my dude.
Yep. So now I think if you're Noah, I mean, you're on 4 points. You got the legwork in hand. You actually got 2 legworks in hand.
Yeah.
It's something, with only ice wall sitting there, something you consider doing. Just taking a shot. Maybe sitting on a GFI. Because, again, outside of the 2 agendas early, we really haven't seen him try and push anything out after that.
Exactly, yeah. And what's actually really interesting about this remote now that I'm thinking about it? So Noah knows that this is most likely an upgrade city in there.
Right.
He probably doesn't know it's CVS, and he's maybe thinking, man, is this baddie or something? Because
that's
Titan's got him. That's the messed up thing about Titan.
Right,
he can totally have 2 biotic baddie, trickle light, and GFI.
You have so many options. And again, we don't have an established meta, so there's no expectations. I mean, there are certain expectations of what's probably in this deck, but it's hard to really pin things down right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
So things are you can play spicy things, and people don't really anticipate it right now. Obviously, after this first Worlds, we'll have deck lists produced, and people will have an expectation moving forward. But right now, because nobody knows what anybody is playing, again, it's so wide open. People are reading cards, and
dude, it's so good. I'm so excited about Netrunner, both in terms of commentating perspective, but also just playing it. It's just such an adventure.
I will agree. This is the most fun I've had in this game in probably a few years, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, I always think the game was very, very strong. Obviously, people have their issues with assets and the prison decks and things like that, but thankfully we've kind of moved away from that and kind of back in the more core sense of the game of actually having to run servers and runners not having. Although I see infinite credits, we look at Noah's credit pool right now.
Are you sure? Are you seeing this? We watching the same thing?
And I think I'm watching a different game right now.
Right, exactly. That's cool. All right, so we got Spike Hammer install. Let's take the peek because he's got no more sort now.
Yep.
That is a preemptive action, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Nothing to worry about right now.
So you think Mark's trying to push out an agenda back here? I mean, he could be a GFI he's trying to push out because he's got,
No, I don't think it's a GFI.
So. Maybe another armored server.
Yeah, it's probably an armored server. Maybe he got an Atlas.
Right.
It's definitely something Noah's interested in checking.
So I can't imagine what he would do as far as a double upgrade on that server.
Yeah, I think right now Noah, smart move here is I don't think he has much deck left.
Right.
He's got Levy in hand. He's got 20 old fat ones on the board.
Right.
I think you just kind of Levy and you prepare to do the whole spy camera. Let's go.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely.
Because right now he's not interrupting it.
No, I mean, and you're not with Mark only on one agenda. You're not really feeling the pressure. The counter is gone, so you don't have to worry about him pulling something that he needs. So Mark is on the draw right now, very, very much so. So I think Noah feels, I think in this position, you feel comfortable tempo-wise that you can take that, do the levy like you said, play the longer game at this point.
Absolutely.
Gives you more options.
We got a card crack, more credit.
More card draw.
Trader.
Wow.
Wow, we're going through the deck. Yeah,
Ooh,
so he's going for levy here. He's just trying to clear it, install it, anything that he needs.
You might as well get full value for your deck. There's no reason.
Yeah.
Tuning in, like we said, there's just no pressure for him right now to really force anything. So
yeah. Dean Lister looking really good for Noah here because it really enables. Oh, so we got a sports hopper. That's
okay,
fine.
yep,
yeah,
that's
yeah,
that.
Cool.
You play it after you levy.
Right,
you
exactly.
just draw everything.
Like, all right, I didn't solve it on 5. Let's make it 8.
That's right, exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. So no, I do think right now Noah's in a good position.
There it is. We got
as expected. Whole deck back to go.
That's very, very nice, and I think that's a great timing window, especially if this is armored servers. He's trickle lighting. And it's 4-2, like, it's fine. Good, but you're
it's
definitely
not an Atlas, so you don't have to worry about them, pulling the other Atlas.
That's the sentence.
Yeah, it is the big one.
It is not Atlas.
Hopefully it's not Atlas.
Right. Oh, sorry, that's the real sentence.
But no, I think right now I'd have to give the strong position to Noah. I think he's really in position to win. With the levy, he gets the spy cams back, so he's still sitting on. He still has legworks that he can draw into that he hasn't played.
Right.
So I think there's one of the spy cams. So
we have a spy cam. I think 2 Shiv.
Yep. There's a preemptive that we saw already.
Yeah.
So let's see what.
I think Mark is drawing here, right? Because it
looks like you have anything to play.
Credits isn't incredibly important, especially with this because this res cost is probably low.
There's a good chance that. Noah's got to drop a lot of breakers if he wants to get through that server, and then he's investing a lot too, and he's probably not getting back in again the second time. So if he does run that server, he's got to make it absolutely worth it, or he's going to struggle to get back into it.
Yeah, definitely. Noah McKee, path to victory, R&D.
R&D.
R&D is the spot.
Got to spy it up and hit the agendas there.
Yeah.
And then the other thing is, again, Noah, with Mark out having the Atlas counter. If you hit an agenda with the spyglass, you don't have to worry about Mark shuffling it back.
Whoa, a double trash.
So
oh, that's smart because he just got CVS into the bin, so no turtle bump.
That's very, very true. So
we got a preemptive.
Yep. So looks like we're dumping
double mystery fun card.
I think we're getting econ here. So
we got a hedge fund.
A stock and one mystery card.
Mystery fun card, yeah.
So we're guessing CVS is the one staying in the bin. Yep.
Yeah.
So curious what that other mystery upgrade.
That is a true spicy bean. We have no idea.
I'm trying to think of options they would have that they would get rid of in that position. It's definitely not Batty. So you can easily put that out. It's not.
He wants to leave it.
It could have been an Ash. Maybe he just thinks he's way too behind on credits right now. But I think you just leave it anyways.
Yeah.
So I don't know what else. Maybe you put 2
CVS in there. Was this something like he tossed a GFI just to get it out of hand, turn off legwork? Yeah, that's potential there. Oh, we had a CVS top deck action. Okay, yeah, cool.
Maybe Mark threw down 2 CVSs in there.
Yeah,
strike bait something.
If you're playing as fast event, I think 2 CVS is
absolutely
just solid choice.
Yeah, but I think as Mark, you don't have to worry about Noah being on the clock plan or anything like that.
Oh yeah, sure.
So CVS really is, like you said, really just for the turtle, more than anything else, so he doesn't get those easy instances.
Yeah, I think Noah is such a nerd on this. Like he's just such a godsend math nerd at Netrunner. It's one of those things where he just kind of looks off here and he's beautiful minding it.
What's that word again? Math.
I've heard the word. Someone taught me that word, and that's all I know about it.
It's important to this game, as far as we know.
Sometimes. Yeah. Sometimes you get one of these hot side game things. Do you see one of this? Do you see this stream?
I would really love to see one of those in a game.
Oh man. Hopefully
they do take a while to settle down, so we might be waiting a while if somebody uses it.
Definitely strategic soft toss. You just give it a little kiss and you see where you go.
Right, exactly.
It's really good stuff. Really great gear from KOS.
Oh, absolutely. Those dice Always fantastic.
We got dice. We got fidget spinners for side games. We got awesome prizes for going on here for a prize wall. Really cool stuff.
Lots of tokens. We got lots of alt IDs. Just lots of great community stuff going on here today.
Exactly.
So I think right now, if you're Noah, I mean, again, you're not under pressure, so I think you just take your time, draw your cards.
Yep. Street Peddler. We got a Dean Lister on the Peddler as a backup. That is, wow. So that's your key to get in twice if you got to do some weird stuff.
Absolutely. I mean, obviously for Geist, it's just so much value.
Yeah.
Being on the Cloud Breakers, it saves you so much headache if you happen to have to use a bunch of your breakers and lose your strength because of that. So looks like he's taking a stab here.
Wow, that is a fat boy Colossus, a big boy. Look at this credit pool, though. Green Beans is going to come in the clutch.
I think if you're Noah, you're feeling comfortable. You don't have to worry about that being advanced out.
Yeah.
I mean, you do know that he pulled out, what's the fast advance card I'm thinking from Jinteki?
Trickle-Light.
Right, so he can theoretically fast advance out that card back there with 2 credits if he needs to. So it looks like Noah is going to take
Dean Lister Turtle. So
take a stab.
So we have probably like, what, 6 cards?
5 cards.
5.
Yep.
All right.
So he's strength, so he's...
Well, this is strength 7.
Yeah, I don't know how he's getting through that one. I mean, might...
Oh, no, he hasn't played it yet. He's just, I think he's just theoretically doing it. He's doing the...
I mean, he can always pop, one of his cards to draw a bunch of cards, so...
Ooh, Dean Lister unique, I think. Having a conversation about it.
Is Dean Lister? Yeah,
I think Dean Lister is unique, but what he could do, I don't know if this works. Does it stack if you do like crack? Do Street Peddler crack another one?
See why not? I guess.
I think that's a fat turtle. That's a great sea turtle.
So yeah, it looks like they figured it out.
Yep. Okay. There. And yeah, we do have that unique diamond on Dean Lister.
Yep. There it is. Yep. Cool. So did he pop both or not sure?
No, because we have the source. We have the source on off campus, so I don't think he got Dean Lister.
Right.
I don't think he got the second one at least.
Right. So it looks like he is running here. So he must have popped.
He must have popped double.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. So I think they did a playback where he popped the first one, then installed the second one.
GFI, okay, cool.
Wow.
So now we're at a
game
fact.
point.
1, 2, 3, 4, 6 points.
Well, Noah's sitting on 2 Spyglass in hand, so he's feeling in a really, really good position right now. I think it's his game to lose at this point.
Yeah, and I think he even, for extra credit style points, is man dash in this deck. That's the extra sending a message. I'm going to get above 7. 7 is not that cool.
That's right. No,
8, 9.
We got to go to 9.
Cool points.
Go to 9. That's right. Because you get bonuses for going over.
Oh, absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
That's how the tiebreaker works.
It's on the side, though.
Yeah.
We don't talk about it very much.
So Mark is just.
Marcus, man, he's got to be hoping for green beans, otherwise clicking for
credits right now. Yep.
Yeah, and preemptive.
Yep. So getting more econ at this point because that's what he really needs. I mean, he's just dead broke. Like I said, I mean, he got that. Look at all that econ he pulled early in the game.
Yeah. Oh, look at that MVP. Yeah. It's got a 0 on it. Green beans. Hey yo.
Woo.
Yeah, no, that's really nice. It is funny even. It's interesting he didn't pull the priority construction because maybe that speaks to his ice because. Maybe he doesn't have that much space ice cream, so he's not saving. It's just giving extra strength. But if he doesn't have the money to res it, doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yep, definitely.
So also densifying, which is probably nice here, just trying to stall out a little bit so he can kind of build that econ.
I think that's really all Mark can do at this point. And I think he's worried about getting agendas. Sure, Mark anticipates Noah being criminal, having legworks in his deck, and you don't want to draw too many cards and then suddenly find yourself,
oh no,
no Jackson anymore. So you can't just freely draw cards. So
we had a look, and
I think that was a hedge
or Colossus or something.
Yep.
It's hard to tell because you got green going on here on the right side of the screen. A lot of green.
There's a lot of green beans everywhere.
Yeah. Noah just builds board here. Tries to get more icebreakers, higher STR.
Yeah,
really great stuff.
Just make money, draw cards. I mean, he's totally in control at this point.
Yeah, wow. Look at all these fat icebreakers in hand.
He's just
delicious.
Just throw them down.
Yeah, look at this investment. I'll pay a credit.
Right.
I'll pay 0 credits.
Whatever. I got this. What do I need all these dollars for at this point?
Yeah, and it's really great. We were, earlier on we were talking about, man, big bad boy ice, you got to pay to get your strength, pay for the subs. What's nice about this, you're just paying the install cost, and once you get them in mass,
doesn't even matter anymore.
Doesn't matter.
Nope, not at all. So Spyglassing again, still not seeing it.
And
nothing there. So it's just another turn of drawing cards, building board.
All right.
Yep, there it
yep.
is.
There we go. Fall guy.
Value.
Oh man, Street Peddler.
Wow.
Oh man, this is quickly snowballing.
Yeah, I think Noah's just digging for as many of his spyglasses as he can get at this point.
Yeah,
his extra levies,
or
so
even breakers for LOLs at this point. Yeah.
Definitely.
And we got double camera on the Peddler. Not what he was looking for.
He needs to see.
But you know, there's 6.
Yeah, I think he's okay. And he's got a few more levies he can work with anyway. So I think he'll be okay. I mean,
man, the hopper. So
if he ever needs a burst draw turn,
yeah. He's gonna solve it if he needs to.
Draw half my deck right here.
Do we think he's down 2 levy or just the 1? Because we have Street Peddlers and Campus, which are all single digits.
Right.
Mimic is a single
digit. I would imagine he's probably on 2. Yeah.
I'd hope so.
We did see him at the beginning of the game pitch one early. Out of his hand, so it's
okay,
now
we're good. Because I think he played the other one
right.
When he actually did.
Exactly.
Cool.
Exactly.
Good to know. Good to know.
So Noah's still got another entirety of his deck to burn through, and at this point he'll have all of his breakers, so he'll just be drawing into his spyglasses.
Yeah, exactly.
So he's not too worried.
Yeah, Mark, let's go. We gotta get you some econ ASAP, my man.
He was able to hedge last turn, so he's got some money. He's got a fast track in hand, but so I mean theoretically, do you take the chance? Do you try and fast track one of your Atlas to get it going?
Yo, here's a spicy play. You fast track for Atlas, lay down CVS, pass the turn. Don't even take that extra credit because you just got 3 style points with that one.
That's true. Absolutely. I mean, again, this is the game has kind of gotten back to its old core roots of actually making runners run on servers.
Hey, why don't you go check that out?
might be a
real cool card.
It could be. See, there it goes.
Exactly.
So I don't think he fast track. I think he's just laying down the CVS to try and get Noah to run on it.
Yep, that's fine. It's a solid play. You know, we'll remember the style points when it comes later.
Yep,
that's fine.
Definitely. So no one obviously doing the spyglass, checking it out.
Let's see what we got.
To see one.
We got a Colossus.
3
Colossus.
Not there.
Man, astounding stuff though.
So Mark's R&D just not giving it up right now.
Still holding it. Put it back.
That's right.
I'm done.
We don't want that. We don't want that. Get it out of here.
Yeah, it's really funny with this because I'm no on the left here. I'm like, draw, take 2 credits.
Right. I mean, what else are you going to do right now? I mean, you have all the breakers you need.
Yeah.
I mean, you even have extras in hand if you really need something else.
So, he also could just play Freedom just early just to get it out of the way and just let it float.
Sure. And I mean, Noah's seen everything that's coming up, so he doesn't have to worry about
a simple hand check
per trade. I mean, he's seen the last, 4 cards that have been sitting in R&D, and Mark isn't really overdrawing.
Right.
So there's not any surprises that are going into his hand. But, yeah, I mean, you figure, why not? Might as well give it a shot at this point. So
right, and there was a GFI in the remote at some point, so that could suggest that there is another agenda in hand.
Yep. So Noah does see the fast track and the trickle light.
It's so funny. We still have not seen that much influence.
No, we really haven't. So all we've seen is that one trick of light and the GFIs, and that's it so far.
So
it's a long ways from 17 influence.
Cool stuff.
When did Wayland become basically mono?
Yeah, exactly. Mono green.
That's
my man.
That's not a thing.
So do we have a remote check here? Yeah, he's gonna easily afford the remote check here because he's just gonna smack, crack, dabble that levy going right next.
Yep, definitely. I don't think he's got too much to worry about. So he's gonna give it a shot. Might as well. Why not?
See what it is.
Yep.
Especially after missing on a legwork.
Right.
Like that's prime. I'm gonna go check.
Gotta be there.
Right.
But it looks like he's.
Man.
There
and that's
it
a
is.
lot
That's
of the
a lot
critical.
Of
so he needs 6, right? So that's 2. Yep. Okay. CVS. Cool.
Yep. So, oh no, the turtle.
Wow, it's still a turtle. Can you imagine if Amakuma said, if Purge trashed this thing? It wouldn't be on the map.
Ooh, no, not even close.
Right in the old binder.
That'd be pretty that would be good, bad drawback.
So we got that
just
perfect.
Reload.
Yeah, we're getting ready for a levy soon.
Good to go.
And I think he's just got to ditch 1 Mad Dash.
Yeah, he's fine.
All right, we're not getting those style points.
It was down to 3 cards left in his R&D. So one of those 3 is a levy. So I think next turn just going to burn through and levy back up and.
He just draw levy. It's guaranteed.
Right. So, you don't even have to worry about it. Looks like Mark did pull an Atlas.
All right.
So Mark's got a shot
Mark
here.
is pretty much like, keep it cool, Mark. Don't let him know you have an Atlas in the hand.
It's not here.
Oh, no. Atlas? Never heard of him.
So not giving it away. He's not putting extra ice on D or on HQ.
All right. So let's see. Oh, man, another legwork, though. Is he just going to value legwork
I think he does, because he saw Mark overdraw.
Yeah,
it's going. Yeah, so you definitely got to play it at that point.
Use that Brita filter on that HQ. Smell the agendas. Give them to me. The Spag Master is talking.
It is. So
we got one.
Win.
We got a 2.
Oh, you got a 1 on 3
Is he picking
shots?
all the ice? Oh. Keep it safe. Keep it secret.
So Noah's still got a shot here. I mean, it doesn't take much for, Alice trying to get going here.
Yeah, no, it really doesn't.
So, I mean, he's playing this one out right now.
Mark may be doing some secret wormhole math here. We got a 7 plus some ADV counters, or Trick of Light.
Yeah. So he's the money's there.
Don't touch your credits until you're ready, Mark. Bad boy.
Don't give it away. So
check a simple R&D check.
Just straight check.
Man, ice all over the place. Is
Mark
it cold in here?
Ooh. That's some strong R&D. It's just not giving it up.
All right, bottom card levy.
Of course, always the last card.
Yeah.
Always the last one.
So what are you tossing here in hand? I think you're tossing
Freedom.
Oh, it's anything you're not immediately going to play.
Yeah, you play the Spyglass, and I think that's all you really care about.
Right. Same old's not doing anything here.
No, it's not doing anything, because this is your last levy, so there's nothing left to get back besides. And you're shuffling your deck, so there's not going to be anything there to play.
Are you trying to tell me he's not going to same old Mad Dash?
I mean, he could. Could for style.
Could. That's right. Style points.
That's right.
Hey-o.
Full disrespect.
Oh, yeah. Man, that disrespect now is really high right now.
So, as expected, we see Mark trickle light out that Atlas. So, it's just shocking how Mark's R&D, I mean, Spyglass 5 turns and not being able to find anything. The big whiff, on the legwork. Finally get the legwork handed.
2?
Yeah.
Right,
back to back.
Yeah.
So, this is part of the game. RNG and card games is RNG.
Yeah, it's a thing.
And I think if Mark ends up winning this, I don't think it's any fault to know. I think it's just, it's
the way the deck works.
That's right, absolutely. So, Spyglassing right away. Still nothing.
Oh, legwork, just in case.
Wow.
But, what's interesting here is that Noah's got that remote on lock.
He does. Mark is not going to be able to put anything back there, unfortunately.
I think we have another Dean in the old hand there on the left.
Yep, so he's pretty comfortable here.
Yeah.
I think if you're Mark, you just got to keep kind of drawing cards and trying to find...
card draw is your out right
because all you need to draw into is one Atlas.
Yep.
So you can get that trickle light, score it out, and then just grab your last 2-1.
Yeah, so this is probably playing a Hosteler too, just for that snap.
Right.
Atlas 2-1.
Yep, definitely.
Yeah. Cool.
Yep. So if Mark can pull into it next turn, he can win this game pretty quickly here.
We got an archives check just in case.
Just to see if maybe Mark put something down there.
Yeah.
But I think every time Mark pitched card or played a preemptive, he always had face down cards. So at this point, I don't think anyone really expects anything there.
Yeah, no. It's definitely one of those things, though, as a runner, when you're like 6 points early and, like, let's say you lose that game, that's immediately where your mind goes to right after. You're like, oh, man.
Well, and again, it's no fault of your own. You did everything absolutely right. You played the legwork. He sniffed out the agenda in the hand, and it didn't hit.
Totally.
So looks like he's going back
legwork
again.
Check.
Yep.
I think this is going to be fruitless, but at least it's some information.
Yep. Yeah, I don't think he's going to find anything here. There's only 4 cards, but he's not going to find anything at this point, unfortunately. Just a lot of ice.
Just a lot of ice again, which he's all seeing on the top
right.
Yeah,
and the fast track.
Oh, we have a fast track.
Yep. So, Mark's. I mean, 4 points for Titan is a strong position to be at this point.
Right, and we have the old Dean.
Yep, Dean's coming
Get that
back.
turtle boy up.
Yep.
Get a card draw. Man.
Ugh.
Once the Geist. Okay. Now, smack
absolutely.
it. Lay down that source.
Yep.
Bad boy.
There you go. That's some spicy tech.
Yeah, that's great. That is really good for Noah right now.
That is going to make it really, because Mark's got to put something down there now.
Yeah, Mark is, so we've seen one trick of light, and I think it's still in the bin. You can just barely see it right there.
So he's got to play 2 if he wants to sort out that agenda.
And again, we don't know this influence. Does he have 2? Does he have 1? Does he have 3?
I think he's playing with 3, considering.
I don't. It's one of those weird things where it's like, do I have 3 biotic? Do I have like 2 biotic and the trick of light or something?
Absolutely. Yeah.
So yeah. It's funny, you absolutely want trick of light. So fingers crossed Mark went the red option instead of the old purple.
So Mark drawn cards, trying to pull in something. Just lots and lots. How much ice does this deck play with? We've seen a lot of ice here.
You know, it's definitely like, because you have your easy econ options. You're probably not you're not upgrade heavy.
Right.
So you're probably definitely in the like 16 to 19 territory.
And it's been a long time since I've seen decks with that much ice.
It's
hasn't
cool.
been common for a long time. Most people were down to 9 to 11 ice in
decks.
Yeah.
Like
when glacier decks were 15,
overrated.
And that was a lot of ice.
I know. I think as the youth say, 19 ice, lit AF. Yeah, it's pretty good
I remember
stuff.
Core. We played with 18 ice in a 19 ice in a glacier.
It's so great. We get all these, old school. I've been playing ENR for, I think, pretty much since Core came out. And we can finally be like, back in my day. Like, that's pretty cool.
Absolutely, yeah. No, I mean, it is kind of fun to see the parallels between what we played way back during Core experience and some of those things finally coming back into the game again.
Oh, absolutely. So Noah sorting through that hand, seeing what he wants to lay down, because he's probably not running this turn.
No, it doesn't look like it. You don't need that same old thing.
Same old's not
well,
really.
I mean, there's an option for you played both your leg whips at this point, so you might want to consider it as an option.
Oh yeah, that's fine. Yeah. I guess you probably install same old if you're not getting cameras.
Right.
Because then you're like, I don't know what he drew.
Right.
I have at least an option to check the hand.
Well, and the hard thing is now Noah is really kind of has to weather his resources. He doesn't have any levies left, so he can't just play all of his breakers anymore. Once he's out, he's it. He's out.
Right. Yeah. And it's crazy because like we look at the permanent breakers on the board, Passport's doing nada.
Nothing.
So
there's nothing out there.
He's got to be real careful about that.
It looks like he will actually get to use it here if he wants.
Yeah.
Finally, Mossler showing up.
Yeah, Passport's a card I feel like I haven't seen recently, and it's got great, delicious numbers for the Centrals.
Absolutely.
So,
yep.
Yeah.
And then I don't think we're seeing a whole lot of remote play these days, so having just the Central lane breakers is still very good in the tournament right now.
All right, we're going in.
Just taking the blinds.
Let's take a peek.
Dab.
Peek behind the shades.
He's going to be disappointed. It looks like he's same old thing.
So now he's seeing the whole hand with that Tithonium. Man, Tithonium, what a nasty card. That's a barrier that says trash on it?
Yep.
Misprint?
Yep. No.
I think not.
I've been waiting for Wayland to get a trash barrier card. I think
cool.
It's something they needed to do.
It's on point.
I mean, it fits them super well. I mean, they needed some kind of high, pressure ice like that.
Mm-hmm. I also really like the you may trash it agenda.
Right.
Like
you don't have to. Yes.
That's super cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
So. So Noah's just, I think for Noah, you got to feel really, really frustrated right here.
Yeah.
I mean, you've been doing everything right. You've been spyglassing every card in R&D, and it's just nothing. It's just getting walled every single time.
You definitely have to keep it cool and be very, very aware of, oh, man, I've been through 2 levies.
Running out of options here.
Oh, look, double Noah. Am I seeing double right now?
There's 2 of them.
There's a foreign. Poto Boys, the man in the shorts, the man from Colorado, Seattle, West Coaster, talking with Noah McKee.
And again, I mean, you've been in a dominating position the entire game. You've done everything right, and now you've burned through your resources, and you're thinking about management at this point.
Yeah, absolutely.
If Noah draws into that last one, or a fast advance option, that's it.
Yeah, totally.
You're done.
Something for the viewers that if you're tuning in to your first KOS here, you are allowed to talk to your teammates that are done playing. I mean, it's not like they could be a record keeper of, breaking out an Excel chart or anything, but, you want to talk things out.
Yep.
It's a team community event, so it's very cool stuff.
It is within the theme of the event today, helping each other out, giving each other lines of play ideas, things of that nature, which is, I think, is such a fun and unique experience for this kind of event.
Totally, that's not happening outside of this building.
No,
in terms of like, I'm not going to the FFG Center at Worlds this year and going, hey, you think I should legwork right now? Like, that's not happening. So it's really cool to get that out now.
Right. Yep. Just nudge your next door opponent, like, hey, what do you think? Think this is a good play?
Don't say anything. Don't say anything. Yeah, we're just doing a lot of thinking. This is a thinker's game right now. We have 16 minutes on the clock. Something else to be aware of.
I think this game will get done before 16 minutes. I mean,
yeah, oh, for sure.
Mark is, I mean, again, R&D just hasn't coughed it up, so at some point, something's going to give here on one side or the other. You know, again, all Mark needs to do is draw into a fast advance option. He's got the Atlas token, so he can pull it out the following turn. That's all he really needs. It's just, you've seen just ice after ice after ice after ice.
Yeah, and it's crazy because that firewall's just been...
It's been good.
Fire, quite frankly.
Absolutely. And again,
Real
like
good.
we talked about, you know, Noah's resources now at this point are very limited.
Yeah, 100%. It's so ridiculous. If we look at this credit pool, it's like there's so much, but
it doesn't
what is it doing right now?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
You have
right
one
now.
paperclip, you're like, okay.
Right. Yep.
We're done here.
Yep.
You know?
I'm a little surprised, you know, to not see at least some kind of standard breaker, you know, just so when you get in these situations, I mean, because you make a pile of money, but most of your breakers don't cost you anything, so that's how a lot of these games go, is Geist has all this money and nothing to do with it.
Yeah, exactly. That's going to go on his gravestone. Here lies Geist. I had a bunch of gold and I couldn't use it.
Right. I mean, obviously, Mark's still got the source to deal with, so, I mean, he's still got to find some tricky play here.
Oh, yeah, certainly. There's not like a blowout answer on the right side of the table.
Absolutely not.
Which is, I think, why this discussion is warranted. Of like, no one has a snap pick move.
No. I mean, either person. I mean, Mark's got to get double fast advance options to be able to push past it. You know, or he's got to find some way to secure that remote. But, you know, with the turtle with 3 on it, you're sitting on, you know, I think there's a Dean Lister sitting out there. So that remote, no matter how much ice you put on there, it's not going to feel secure.
No, it's not going to feel good.
Nope, not. I mean, you could try and push a CVS just to kind of force him, you know, to run it out. But otherwise, you know, your options, you know, Mark's options are very, very, very limited.
Very limited.
Yep.
It's really interesting, you know, when you think about Titan as a deck and you're like, man, maybe the only 3 cards I really care about in this hunk of garbage is Atlas.
Right.
And now he's like, all right, we're going to bump that number to add Trickle Ice Biotic Flavors.
You know, the hard part is Noah really has to rely on his spyglasses right now because he just can't afford to just run a 3D, you know, R&D server.
And it's really interesting because, like, if this R&D is Ice Wall Firewall,
LOL. That's it.
You're just like, you have one. Well, I mean, you can turtle the Ice Wall at least, but again, the barriers, stacking the same types is just so deadly for Geist.
Absolutely. So, wow, it looks like he made a run on R&D with the draw. I mean,
no
reason
HQ.
not to.
HQ.
Or, sorry, HQ, I mean, there's no reason not to. I mean, you can build counters and then make blind runs on R&D.
Yeah.
I think if you're Mark, though, you have the CVS in hand, so putting it down somewhere just so you can purge the counters isn't, you know, a terrible idea either.
Yeah, no, totally.
You can face check into something. So 5 strength.
Oh yeah, this is really great. He can get in and he can break Colossus and Firewall with that fat turtle.
He's finally finding use for some of those infinite dollars.
Oh, there it is, the
fat
rip.
Oh wow.
That's 8 points, baby. That's 1 extra style point.
At least Noah didn't have to worry about game haunting him.
Yeah. If there was an agenda in that archives, who cares?
That's right, exactly.